Today's a bloody good day, mate. Why, you may ask? Well, because your favourite fucking trap is back online, of course. For a while, I was sick, eating shit, but I'm back. Yeah. Thank you. Finally, I'm glad you missed me, sir. And so, what better day than today to tackle largely one of the most upsetting storylines in modern Formula One? A story of an absolute talent being wasted by taking him from a sad and hopeless team and into a car only capable of rivaling a shopping cart at Tesco's.
No, it cannot be, Ricky. Do I deserve to be out of the points? No. No, yeah. It's unacceptable. Tell them it is unacceptable. Please, ask them, please, to wait and discuss with me.
It's James.
And while it is undoubtedly fucking horrible, and him staying at Ferrari or going to Red Bull would have proved much better, it's not all lost. Today, I want to make a case that this is not at all bad for my boy Carlito over here. And there's actually light at the end of the tunnel for Carlos. But it may very well be an oncoming train. We shall see. And I don't mean the choo-choo kind. The first reason why I think it's not all lost for Carlos is the fact that he's entering the realm of Mercedes, Benz, F1, AMG, Petronas. Fucking weird name to give to an F1 team, huh? Who names a top-level car racing team after a spell from Harry Potter? Anyways, this team, unlike others, has a very good history of sticking with drivers in its program, and oftentimes upgrading their drivers from their daughter teams into its hot seat. Unlike some other teams that replace currently good drivers with old, overhyped princesses. Not pointing any fingers, but let's just say I didn't ask for any Ferraris this year for Christmas. I didn't get a Mercedes this year either. I did get a Red Bull, and while Mercedes is the worst of the best currently, let's just say if the top teams were a horse, Mercedes would be the shit-stained arse and bullocks hanging off the thing. But one thing the Anglo-Saxon team is really damn good at is producing an absolutely sensational car, especially during a shift in regulations. And what do we have coming up in a year's time? Exactly. The only question is if Sainz will make it that long. Because that last garage is one fucking dark place, let me tell you. Just ask Alex. He used to be such a young, bright, and happy fellow. Now he's just sad and balding. Also, there's a lot of new on the grid in 2025. In other words, there are a lot of new rookies in the sport starting next year. And a few of them are even in the top seats, for better or for worse. Sure as hell makes it exciting, I'll give it that, but it also opens up space for a lot of uncertainty. Speaking of the Mercedes team again, for example, Kimi seems like a great fellow, you know? I really have nothing bad to say about him yet. But nothing really good yet either, you know? Definitely not an F1 car. But Dion, he already proved himself during testing in an F1 car. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You know, I also passed my driver's license on the first try, but I still ended up costing the state like £300,000 in damages my first year behind the wheel. You live and you learn, bitch. Okay, fine. I never got a driver's license. So, what I'm trying to say is things can go south for everyone. And yes, he is Toto's poster boy now. Sorry, George, you've officially been demoted from Toto's bratty boy toy to, I don't know, just your common boy toy now, I guess. I don't know what the ranking is. I don't think my email ever reached his desk, if I'm honest. But you never know. Even historically well-performing F1 drivers can absolutely eat shit in a particular F1 car. I mean, after seeing how absolute shit one can be when sitting in literally the best car on the fucking grid, I'm not sure of anything anymore. Speaking of Red Bull, there's also the young New Zealander to think about. By the way, you were fucking quick to tell me how stupid I was for mislabeling him as an Aussie. Fucking, but come on, mate. If I Google New Zealand, the fucking map shows Australia. Pretty much. It's even got the fucking same flag in it. Anyways, potato. And Red Bull is the team that's known for sacking rookies for farting in the wrong direction. So if I was Sainz, I'd be blowing off the dust of my CV right now. Maybe not just the CV. I mean, what can be better after a bad breakup with a spunky young lad? Exactly. Good old reliable. Also, I think this might be the break Carlos himself needs right now. After all, let's not forget that he was part of the absolutely mad circus that is the Scuderia team, with a number of wins being taken from the poor drivers by stupid strategy calls, bad team performance, and just abysmal upgrades. It doesn't make it a very healthy place to work at. I mean, look at Charlie. He's finished third in 2024. He looks sadder now than when he split with his girlfriend back in 21. Maybe that says more about who broke up with who than the Ferrari team culture. But in any case, he has aged like 10 years in the past 5. I mean, not Obama territory, but still looks more like George Clooney in his late 30s than a young Monegasque. And those that have been blessed with a Monaco passport haven't the right to be sad. Their sadness is compensated by no taxes, trillion-dollar assets, and a free $30,000 ticket to the most famous F1 race every year. And despite all of that, he's been so damaged that no Formula 1 result is enough to make him crack a smile. Well, the Monaco GP did work, but that literally took the president of his home country spraying him with champagne to let out a bit of jolly. To be honest, he also gets pretty happy when he plays with his new pup as well. So it's either celebrating with the king or walking Leo. Pretty much the same thing. And one thing for fucking sure, Williams will not have the bullshit politics that the poor Spaniard had to suffer under for the past 3 years. That team is as simple and straightforward as a cardboard box. Pretty sure the same value as well. Well, there you go. Honestly, I think I've been able to paint a pretty fucking positive picture, not gonna lie. I thought it would be much worse. So all in all, of course, Carlos is in the absolute fucking worst shitbox he could be in on the grid. But importantly, he's still on the grid. Cannot say the same about some other lads. I think the time at Williams can give him a nice, stress-free stint to focus on himself, rather than trying to tame the fucking clown show he can hear through this team radio. And then in a year, there may very well be a seat opening up at any of the top 3 teams. And after a bit of persuading, that seat may very well be his. And the dream will once again be alive. But it could also be that he ends up being worse than Albon, which is not unlikely considering that the kid has been in that garbage can for the past 4 seasons or something, and so he will be completely outshined, and in a span of a few races, everyone will forget about his entire existence. That's also quite a likely scenario.